Good morning. I'm Marco Ameye, welding specialist at Air Products. Today we've gathered the necessary tools and equipment standing here around me to introduce you to our Gastrak service. We would have preferred to do a live demonstration in your workshop, but we'll seize that opportunity later, I am sure. Why waste gas? Is the question we ask when we introduce our Gastrak service to ensure you stop wasting valuable welding gas and improve your quality by optimizing your gas flow. It might sound strange that your gas supplier offers you a service aiming to save you gas, but we want to do what is right with our customers. Also, it aligns with our commitment to deliver sustainable gas solutions, which not only save gas, it also saves you money. The Gastrak service begins with an Air Products application specialist visiting your workshop and conducting a gas efficiency survey using calibrated and traceable equipment. The objective is to recommend the best weld process gas, identify any leaks in your welding setup, recommend the optimum flows, check the performance of the existing gas control equipment, identify possible pre-weld surge and excessive flows, and finally we would make an estimate about the possible gas savings. So let's talk a bit about pre-weld surge. This is where you experience an excessive flow at the start of the weld. Pre-weld surge is a pressure build-up in the gas supply hose and is beyond the control of even the most experienced welder. Together with leaks and excessive flows, pre-weld surge contributes to significant gas wastes, higher weld costs, and affects weld quality. A pre-weld surge creates a turbulent gas flow where air contaminants can be drawn into the weld pool, resulting in porosity. You can hear the surge at the start of every weld when you pull the trigger. Let me demonstrate and you'll recognize the effect immediately. Now, let me demonstrate how much gas this wastes. Here we have a cylinder with a standard cylinder regulator and on the other side a cylinder with a Gastrak economizer connected. Each cylinder is connected to a separate welding machine, and these two machines are the same model as each other with the same holes and length, etc. So from that side, it cannot influence the flow performance of the regulators. Both regulators are set to deliver a nominal flow of 15 liters per minute. As you can see on the Gastrak economizer, we have used a green tie rib to secure the gas flow setting at 15 liters per minute. These after we used the snake eye bit tool to set the flow. As said, the Gastrak service program includes the Air Products application specialist installing the Gastrak economizers, together with delivering a calibration certificate from the installed Gastrak economizers and their secured flow at each point of use. To make this possible, every economizer receives a unique identification number. The use of cable ties is to secure the flow settings, which is a preventive measure to ensure flows are locked so that we continually avoid excessive flows and to ensure maximum gas savings. Of course, for you being a workshop manager, welding coordinator, or in a leading production role in the workshop, we will give you this set, which contains the orange cable ties and the special snake eye tool bit to adjust the flow and secure the Gastrak economizer again. When our application specialist revisits you, they will double check the status of all the Gastrak economizers and recognize the orange tie rib next to the green ones, and when needed so, recalibrate them at every point of use and fill in the calibration certificate again. Okay, back to the setup and our demonstration now. What is the remaining of the setup here behind me? Well, using a bit of clever electronics to control the solenoid valves in the welding machines, we can compare the pre-weld surge from the two identical setups. The results will be shown here on this TV screen, where you will see the time in seconds on the horizontal axis across the bottom and the flow in liters per minute on the vertical y-axis. Let's pull the trigger to start the tests. So, let's go back now to the graph and results of the flow performance test. The blue line is the flow performance of our standard regulator, where the green line is the flow performance of the Gastrak economizer. There are three observations of the flow performance when comparing the standard regulator versus our Gastrak economizer. Firstly, we see a pre-weld surge from the standard regulator peaking at almost 35 liters per minute, whereas the Gastrak economizer didn't peak at all and went straight to my set flow of 15 liters per minute. Secondly, with the standard regulator, the peak lasted for almost all of the sequence, and we can observe the closing time of the standard regulator being much slower, resulting in an additional gas usage also after the trigger has been released and the solenoid valve has been closed. Lastly, on the right of our screen, we see the gas savings, and here we see a gas saving of the last current weld cycle being 36.8%. This because the Gastrak economizer consumed in this sequence only 1.2 liters, whereas the standard regulator consumed in that same sequence 1.9 liters. It's clear to see that our Gastrak economizer has done exactly what it is designed to do and helped reduce gas consumption. And now I can start welding. But before I do, I want to highlight again that the Gastrak service is more than just the installation of the equipment. Once you see the gas savings in the demonstrations and you sign up to the service, as I mentioned, our specialist will return to site to install and secure the flow settings on the Gastrak economizers at each point of use by use of the green tie ribs, as explained earlier in this demonstration. If required, the specialist will keep coming back to site to ensure that the setup is optimized and that the predicted gas savings are still being achieved. Ongoing customer support is an important element of the program, and we know that customers value the expertise of our welding specialists. 12 months after the first installation, there will be a more formal review of the gas saving achieved using the calibration document set up at the initial install. We've seen customers save as much as 65%. Why not contact us and see how much you could save? Thank you and goodbye.